What's up, Dilly?
What's up?
I'm Big Sheeps, welcoming you to another episode of Sheep's Clothing. Oh, there's the echo. Right on cue. Alright. Hi, guys. Oh, thank you for joining us tonight on a special Monday episode. We just figured we can't compete with those Game of Thrones ratings.
Game of Thrones was over last weekend.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we did it for nothing. So, what you been up to, Dylan?
I worked 13 hours today.
13?
Yep.
That's not bad, dude.
Fucking sucked.
Yeah, I've been working like 10-hour days. That sucks.
Hey, I really like that shirt, though, by the way.
Which one, the gray one?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys didn't see on my feed, I actually printed the very first Sheep's Clothing shirt ever. The first piece of clothing or merchandise that I have created for any venture I've ever been a part of. It was a fucking excellent day. But unfortunately at my shop we only had size large shirts. So Mama Sheep's got the first Sheep's Clothing shirt.
I told you I'd buy us some hoodies, man, so you can make us some hoodies.
Yeah, I'm looking into it. Once I get
They're
paid, I'm definitely going to
expensive.
do something. So, you guys be on the lookout for some dope Sheep's merch. It's going to be fun.
Sheep socks.
Yeah, I might make some Sheep's Clothing socks. Who would be interested
Who's that
in some?
Who's that guy that was standing up throwing up on one of them socks? That was fucking awesome.
Oh, dude, somebody just sent that in.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. At my job, the way it works is you can submit any picture, and we'll put it on socks. But it's supposed to be a picture of your dog or your cat or something like that. And this guy sent in a picture of someone vomiting, and it was awesome. We're gonna print those socks tomorrow. I might fuck them up on purpose so I can keep them. But if my boss is watching, I'm not gonna do that. You're fired. I'm fucking fired. So yeah,
You're fired.
that's like an ongoing joke at my job. Anytime anybody does something stupid, we're just like, "You're fired. You're fucking fired."
That's a pretty good.
I told you to send the money to Helsinki. I say Geneva, you hear Helsinki? Okay, enough of this. Tonight, as I'm sure you guys already know because you've seen flyers and you could read the top of the post. We're gonna have Fero Lux on tonight and some Florida boys. I'm very excited to be repping my state and have an absolutely amazing guest. They seem pretty stoked to be on the show. I don't really know why, because if they've ever watched our shows before, they're
probably just plotting to troll the fuck out of us.
Hey, it'd be a first, and I would actually be stoked on that.
Hey, seriously, if you start hearing me wheeze, I've been sick all week, so if you start hearing wheezing, tell me, and I'll go grab the inhaler and fucking puff.
You can nebulize this ass?
I'll do a nebulizer treatment on the show.
Yeah, I'm doing this episode very dark this week on my end. Dylan, you can't see me yet, so you don't know. But,
I'm watching
okay.
Facebook.
Because Maggie and I just got a bunch of furniture, so the house is fucking wreck, and we're storing a bunch of shit in here, and you know, if you watch the show, I like to keep a nice, tidy office. And it's just fucking trash, dude.
You can still see it. You see the organ and the couch.
Yeah, but behind the couch, there's like a fucking dresser and a pile of shit behind that, so it just looks smaller this week. But on an interesting turn of events, I've been getting super into prog rock lately. Is that fucking weird?
You know, we share a YouTube.
Oh, so you can see all the shit that I'm searching for? That's funny.
So I can tell, like, when you go to the kava bar, or I can tell what kind of mood you're in by looking at YouTube. And it's like how to prog rock on organ.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn how to play prog rock on my organ.
And I'm fucking looking up, Elmo's World or...
Dude, I'm telling you right now, there's no way I'm ever going to be that good at the organ. That shit is fucking crazy.
I know.
But anyway, so yeah,
prog rock.
I fucking texted my dad because he's into prog rock, and I was like, "Yo, tell me about some good bands."
What is prog rock?
It's progressive rock and roll. Like,
well, no, like what bands?
Like Yes and King Crimson, and there's evidently Keith. I don't know. I forgot his name for a minute. Keith is trying to school me on it too, but all the guys, yeah, Mike says King Crimson in the comments. Yeah, all the guys at work are really into prog rock, so I'm like forced to listen to it all day. And at first I fucking hated it. And then I started listening to more of it, and I was like, holy shit, this is basically mathcore. It's like jazz-influenced mathcore that's just a little bit slower. So
Shots fired.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what, hey. I showed them Chris Arp. I showed them, I can never say that word, but like Imogen's Puzzle or whatever, parts 1 through 4. And they fucking got a kick out of that shit. So we've been like showing each other music, and I showed them Lie by Mistake because they have the instrumental jazzy stuff, and they fucking loved it. And then, yeah, so I've just been on this time. My dad's been sending me music, and it's pretty fucking awesome to connect with my dad about fucking...
Prog rock.
Yeah, prog rock. I just call it dad rock, but it's fucking totally awesome. So yeah, the dudes are actually sitting in a car right now, so I'm gonna get them on here, just because I don't want to make them have to sit in a car for longer than an hour and a half. Gurkby Frobe. You cool with that?
Clever, right?
Yeah, that. Yeah, Dylan's under the Skype name Gurkby Frobe tonight. I'm like temporarily forgetting how to use Skype right now.
Hey, I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
Oh, what's going on?
Watch your tone. You're using your tone wrong. Prog rock.
For sure, though. Prog rock is totally rad. You should get in on that shit.
I'll check it out.
What the fuck is going on? It usually lets me add people right from here. So...
I'll Google it. Prog rock.
What the fuck? I don't know, man. Skype's being fucky tonight because of all these fucking
I'm telling you.
It's
because of the hurricanes, man.
The hurricane.
Hey, do you seriously, next week it might fucking be canceled, so...
Why is everybody freaking out about this fucking hurricane shit?
I just said it might. I didn't say it would. Because of fucking Houston, dude.
Well, I mean, this isn't Houston. This is Florida, and I've lived in Florida for 30 years. 31
years. You know, you're the fucking
had...
reason, and this attitude that you're talking right now is why we're gonna get fucking hit.
Maybe.
And you're on the ass tickler of Florida, so you're going fucking under.
Dude, my house is like 6 feet tall. Like, I have 6 feet of 6 feet of concrete underneath my house.
What is this, a house for ants?
Can somebody type in the fucking comments and tell me how to fucking add someone to a call? This is ridiculous. Maybe if I video call him and then just... Oh, okay, hold on. I think I figured it out.
Prog rock bands.
What the fuck?
Genesis is prog rock, huh?
Sorry about this, guys. Hello. What in the fuck is that?
Hang on.
What's going on?
All right. I think we're good now, yeah?
Yes. You won't be able to see me for one... Yeah, for 1 second you won't be able to.
Okay, right on.
Sorry, guys. We're having some technical difficulties. I don't know if you were watching. And I have to do... Okay, so now what? Dylan's not going to come on?
Yeah, we weren't. We were not actually watching. I apologize for that. We didn't want to get in that like infinite feedback loop, like we used to call into old radio shows, and then we would be trapped in a video forever.
Yes, I understand.
Because I saw the Are You Afraid of the Dark with a pinball machine. It scared me as a child. So I think getting trapped in a cell phone would be almost as bad, if not worse.
That would be pretty intense. All right, so I'm sorry, guys. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hey, so I'm Ben. I play bass for Fero Lux, and next to me is...
I'm Victor, and I do vocals.
He does. It's true. I've seen it, and more importantly, heard it. Sometimes I vocal too, but less, and certainly less notably.
And you guys are some Florida boys, right?
Yeah, man. Band stationed out of Fort Lauderdale, more or less. We got kind of all over South Florida. I'm a New York original, but everyone else, and Victor is originally from...
I'm from Detroit area.
But we all more or less grew up in South Florida. We are a South Florida band.
Right on.
And we can
Dylan,
see...
are you with us?
Yeah.
Hit your video button.
Prog rock, baby.
Prog rock, for sure. Do you guys like prog rock?
Define prog rock, because I think that's a really blanket statement.
Rush is alright.
You like Rush?
Rush.
Yeah, Rush is, Rush is dope.
Prog rock like who? Like, what's progressive to you?
Like King Crimson and Yes. Those are the two that I've been on.
Yes, I like both of those. Yeah.
Did you ever think that, do you ever think that, Yes just got really stoned and they're like, what do you want our band to be? And the guy thought he was asking him, a different question. And he was like, Yes.
Yes. And then they had this, weird sort of, who's on first moment that went on a little too long, and then Yes was the band. They were like, Yes. And you're like, yeah. And he's like, well, yeah, what? He's like, no, just Yes. He's like, yes to what? He's like, no, just Yes.
Jesus.
That's how it went down, I'm telling you.
That's believable.
I don't know why, but when I put it on dynamic view for Skype like I usually do, it's just a big picture of Dylan's face.
Yeah.
He's clearly the most dynamic of all of us.
Half of the screen is Dylan's face.
We guys got you on a nice little split, though. You're both looking very handsome.
Well, thank you.
Very, very beardsome.
Beardsome.
Not too shabby yourselves, guys.
Thank you. I also have a beard, so I think you're biased.
Beardist.
Beardist. Let me pull up my notes here if I can find them. And then we can get the show on the fucking road.
What kind of car are you guys sitting in?
This is a fine specimen. It's a 2007 Honda Odyssey minivan. It is my curse as a bass player to always have the biggest vehicle in the band. And you would think it's a total chick magnet because, it screams stability.
The acoustics are great. You guys sound really good on the headphones.
Yeah. Thank you. That's excellent. Yeah. That's we've got. That's my whatever upgraded Pioneer radio Bluetooth thing that I've Pioneer. It sounds great.
Honda Odyssey.
Send us free shit.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Now you can send us stuff, please.
I just want to remind everybody watching in the comments, if you feel like live commenting and asking your own questions, feel free, and then Dylan will field those as they come in throughout the show. If you could please give this video a share so more people could get in here and call us assholes or do whatever they want. We want you to do that too, so do it. So what was the latest release that you guys put out?
So the latest record we put out was No Rest. That came out, sad to say, a little over a year ago now. So I think we released at the end of March last year.
March 25th.
There you go.
Hey, that's pretty good for bands that we interview, because usually they're like, oh, it was 10 years ago.
Yes, no, we're currently irrelevant.
Yes, currently.
Yeah, awesome.
That was nice.
Yes, you can hear a lot of that.
We're working on more stuff right now. Actually, we were in the studio all day. We're not ready to quite announce what's happening, but we do have some releases coming up.
We just finished it today.
Finished tracking. Tracking is done.
Ooh.
Today.
So more new things coming.
We should have had you guys do a little teaser on the show tonight. That would have been nice.
We don't even have any of it.
No, we literally finished tracking today, so there's nothing mixed. They haven't. It doesn't sound good yet. It may never, but it certainly doesn't sound good yet.
So, where do you guys usually play? What's your hometown venue?
Dive bars.
I don't know how it is. You guys are in the St. Pete area, right?
I am. He's in Tampa.
Okay, so I don't know how it is with the local scene for you guys. We in South Florida have sort of an ever-shifting tapestry of closing venues.
Yeah.
So you probably feel the same way.
In my town, we have of Oakland Park, Florida. There are 2 warehouses currently doing shows, so we play warehouses a lot, like really hot, gross warehouses for.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They're cool.
They're both of those. They're hot and gross, but they're owned by cool people, and that's one of the few things that really supports and keeps the scene alive. The scene is not as bad as I think people may say it is. It's also definitely not as good as a handful of people are trying to make everyone else believe it is.
It's like somewhere in the middle of like decent purgatory of a scene.
Yeah, I've seen some articles about South Florida's music scene lately, and they're saying that it's like hardcore lives and breathes in South Florida. Is that true?
Hardcore lives and breathes between 11 people who live in Pembroke Pines,
who are all in like 12 bands.
And
11 people.
And I know that might to those people sound like an indictment or something. It's not. It's just there are circles of hardcore that do decently. We had a huge blow to our scene a few years back when the biggest, most long-standing venue in Pembroke Pines area closed. That was called the Talent Farm. And that was owned by a guy, Kevin Burns, who, if he ever sees this, hey, man, thanks for being cool for so many years. Right now, the closest thing to a regular hometown venue that's accessible to mostly everyone, there's a bar in Margate called O'Malley's. They have grown in leaps and bounds over the past few years to be more accommodating and professional and a place that's actually pretty fun to play. But aside from some warehouses and that, it's just that and a few bigger, much harder to get into venues.
Yeah.
And at least that's for our hometown. There's definitely, West Palm has like 2 venues, and Fort Lauderdale Broward has 2, and Miami has like 2. So,
South Florida has like 5.
Yeah, you've got Respectable Street. You've got Respectable Street, Propaganda, O'Malley's, some warehouses, Churchill's, and I'm sure someplace else that doesn't like us.
So, I know this is Dylan's job, but I just saw a really funny comment.
There's so many. I don't know what the fuck they're even talking about.
Are there really?
So Daniel asks, will the new album be prog rock?
Yes.
I don't know, Dan. Do you want us to lie to you or not?
I think it should personally be prog rock.
It's too late now. It's like
it's
already prog rock.
It will be our. All right. So in our opinion, we have felt it will be our most bipolar, and
it's not very mathcore.
Well, it is in places. I think it's going to be pretty different from a lot of the stuff we've done in the past.
It's kind of new metal.
Oh.
I don't. It's not really. I mean, we joke about. We've consistently joked about it on a scale of 0 to Tracksuit, but I think we're being we're just having fun, man. I don't think there's anything new metal-y about it.
There's some new metal.
I don't know, man. I don't want to be like, I like our new record, but I don't like new metal, and I'm fairly.
I like new metal.
I'm personally satisfied.
What's your favorite new metal band?
I don't want to say Korn.
But you're gonna say Korn.
Well, let's just say that Life is Peachy is in my CD player right now.
That's really funny because Korn actually comes up on the show very, very often. That and the Deftones, and I think the Deftones should just kill themselves. They should kill them. They should all kill themselves.
Considering Deftones.
Wait.
What was that last time?
I said all.
You don't like Deftones?
They should all kill themselves. I hate.
You don't like Deftones?
No, I fucking despise the Deftones.
Oh man, well, maybe don't check out our new. No, I'm kidding.
Deftones. The Deftones.
Right, so I have to say, in this band, there are very few bands that all of us agree on. Like, really, virtually, like count on one hand the bands that all 4 members of Fero Lux actually agree on, and Deftones is actually one of them, who I think are unfairly characterized as a new metal band. I think that they definitely like walked that line, but
it's fucking butt rock.
No, it's not. What?
If by that
Kid Rock should literally be singing for that band, in my opinion.
If that means he doesn't run for Congress, fine.
I would vote for Kid Rock, first of all.
Oh man.
Kid Rock was actually one of the first CDs that I've ever bought. Was Ba with the Ba.
Doesn't mean you should vote for him.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Hey,
Just because you like him.
All I know is that if I had a yacht, it would definitely have a flag that said "Chillin' the Most" on it. That's all I have to say about that.
And that's fine. You can do with your yacht whatever you want.
Maybe one day with this podcast money, I'll get a fucking yacht.
Yeah, we'll race the Fero Lux money yacht.
I wanted to ask what. All right, so the photo you guys gave us for the flyer.
Yeah.
That rancid ass dirty T-shirt. How long was that worn straight?
All right. So you've actually never seen Victor. Right now is in a weird Victor lives in 1990. He doesn't have a cell phone right now. He doesn't have a Facebook.
No internet.
No internet connection at his house.
It's nice. It's been real.
He's off by today's standards. He's like off the grid. Oh. So he hasn't seen that photo. I think it's the one that has like the picture of like JFK on it.
Oh, who has my shirt?
You have your shirt. You're wearing it.
What is the picture? Someone pull up the picture right now.
All right, so I'll explain it because if we close this, it's all over. So
he's gonna pull it up right now.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, so it's a picture of you, and we're in Panama City, and you have the mic wrapped around your neck, and the crowd is like grabbing the mic, and
you have the filthiest shirt I've ever seen in my life. You can see the pit stains, dude. Look at that.
I like that shirt, dude. I wear that shirt like literally. I'm surprised I'm not wearing it right now.
I think you wore it the last time you were in the studio.
I think I did.
So
I've had it for about 8 or 9 years, maybe 8 years. Let's say 8 years. But I don't know what happened to it. I just I don't want to say I wear it too much and that it just got decrepit. That doesn't make sense.
So
that does make sense.
Literally just stained in filth.
I got in a car accident and I got 9 staples in my head. And when I was wearing that shirt, so just like my head was like literally bleeding everywhere, and on the front it was just covered in blood. And they put it in like a hermetically sealed like hazmat bag when I got to the hospital. They wanted to because it was already holy, they wanted to like cut it or rip it off me, and I didn't want them to, so I just took it off really quick, and they put it in because it was covered in blood, in a hazmat bag of sorts. And they were gonna throw it away, but I dug it out because I wanted to continue wearing it, and then I bleached it. And now I still wear it. That was in like 2012 or 13, so
The bleach didn't work, man. That shirt still looks rancid.
Yeah, it looked worse at a point. So let's just say that. Drop it.
That's gnarly, and I'm glad I asked about it.
I didn't know that. So I didn't know that at all.
You knew that. You know about my car accident.
I didn't know you were wearing that shirt and blood all over it.
All right. So, where's the band name come from?
Your butt.
That's it. Your internet privileges for the night have been taken.
Take it away.
Do you want to feel that one, or should I?
No, it's Latin. It's stupid. We named the band before Ben was even in the band.
That's true.
We all put names that we thought were cool in a hat, and we were like, next one we pick is going to be our band name. And everyone was like, nah, next. And they kept trying and trying. And we're not abiding by the rules of the hat.
Wait, what was the first one? What was this band almost called?
There were like 12. We had our friend Alex in the band, and he's like really into not like weird stuff, but like he probably would have wanted to call it crab teeth or something silly, something like crab teeth. I don't know if that's what it was, but something very similar.
I thought you said crap teeth, and that would be that'd be a cool ass name.
It might get grind band and tore meth mouth.
Yeah. See, I don't know, something like that.
You guys should write a song called Crap Teeth.
Crap Teeth.
Our songs just have funny names, and then everyone stopped letting me name our songs. So.
Yeah, no. We're not funny anymore. So.
What's your favorite song title that you have?
That we have?
Buying Ether?
Yeah, I like that one.
So
off
our first full length, there's one called Buying Ether from the Girl Who Lives in the Cemetery. Nice. And that sounds funny, but it's actually sort of connected to a real story that's fairly, I don't know if it's sad because it's speculatory, but basically, if you guys want to hear where that name comes from?
How much time you got?
I'll try to make it fairly quick. So back when I was in college, one of my best friends was in college in Orlando. I lived in Gainesville, and I would go back and forth fairly often just to kind of escape and get away and do a lot of drugs, which I don't condone, by the way. I mean, you do what you want to do, and I'm not passing judgment, but as someone who I'm not going to be like, yeah, Fero Lux do drugs. We definitely don't. We don't That's a personal that's a personal choice that anybody can make. But either way, so we my friend and I went to like a fast food restaurant, and this guy named Laz just kind of randomly latched onto us for 3 days. like we were there hanging out, and he's like, "Hey man, you want to like smoke some stuff?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure. Let's go back to your place." Okay, sure. So we ended up taking this guy back to our place, and then there's like 3 solid days of eating like triple C's and like huffing Duster. It's not like a super proud moment or anything. And like
dude,
again,
you should always be proud of triple C's and Duster.
yeah.
Those are some of the best time of my life.
No, there you go, man. So hey, man, maybe Duster Fest 2017. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
I'm actually straight edge now. But
there you go. Vic's got the straight edge. But yeah, so we hang out with this guy, and eventually, like, he won't leave. Like, we were like, all right, cool, man. So like, how do you get down here? He's like, oh, my friend's gonna pick me up. And then they were like, oh, my friend bailed. And they're like, all right, cool. Well, like, my mom will pick me up. And like, then he's like, my mom bailed. I'm like, your mom bailed. So eventually, I was going back to Gainesville, and we had to get rid of this guy. Like, it was too much already, and so I ended up dropping him off like clear on the other side of Orlando, and it was like a 45-minute drive to take him home. And we didn't even take him home. We like took him to a house, and we're like, cool, man, is this where you live? He's like, nah, man, but like I know some people who live here. And at that point, I couldn't be invested any longer. Like I did as much as I could do for this guy, and we were done. And so years and years later, my friend Joe, who lived in Orlando, and I were hanging out, and we just started reminiscing about these old Orlando times. And it just sort of came up random, like, dude, like, what do you think ever happened to Laz? And he and I sort of solemnly, like, looked at each other and nodded, and were like, he's probably dead. And Joe responded, or buying ether from the girl who lives in the cemetery. and that's
Sick.
And that's
cool.
how you write a song that's largely about, I think, paranoia. I'm not sure if it's...
Dylan.
It's about doing a lot of drugs.
yeah, for all the drugs he did.
You should fill them in on Sammy Zipper.
Please.
No, that dude was fucked up. I don't... Yeah, I got
Did you call him
weird.
Squirrel Nut for short? Was that his nickname?
Dude, let's put it this way: his family owns
I don't
Porsche.
even, you just said his name over the fucking internet, and then you're gonna tell a sick ass story about the guy.
Wait, is that his real name?
Wait, that's not a nickname?
Well,
That's
yeah,
not like an alias?
they own Zipper's funeral home.
Located in Ruskin, Florida.
Well, now we know everything about this
Dude,
guy.
you say some guy like Tommy Zipper, and I'm thinking it's like Tommy the Zipper Houlihan or something like.
First of all, I think it's Sammy Zipper.
No, it's Tommy. It's Tommy.
Oh, Tommy, I was way off.
No, it's Sammy, but now they're trying to.
What is it?
What happens is they just blew his witness protection thing, and now
Whatever this guy's name is.
they're gonna whack the Zipper.
Tell us the story about it.
We can't tell the story. I'm sorry. We have to move on.
That's fine.
Dylan, what's
That's
in
fine.
the comments?
Mike Campbell said, ask Ben when Thor is headed down here.
Holy shit.
Hey, Mike, thanks for listening.
Ben's in a famous band called Thor.
I'm not. All right, so
He's in a documentary.
I have done some touring. There was an 80s metal band, Thor, who I've had the pleasure of playing with a few times. We did some touring. I was hired in as a bass player and did co-vocalist for some of the routes and stuff that we did. And they did it. I happened to end up in a documentary because the last European tour that they did, this big thing, they had been filming a documentary for like 10 years about the band, and I just happened to waltz right in at the end and end up in a movie.
He has an IMDb credit.
Holy shit!
Because of
it.
Right?
It's my only credit, but yeah. So
You can look him up.
Well, what with me not being an actor?
It's fucking sick.
But yeah, so Mike, there's been some talk about a date coming down here, Thor flying in, and there's no venue announced yet. There's no official date, but they're talking about possibly November. So for South Florida people, if you're interested in Thor, the Rock Warrior,
It's going to be at my house.
dude, if you don't know what Thor is, you really, not because of anything involving me, just because it's an entertaining story. You should look up Thor. You should check out the documentary I Am Thor. It's available on Netflix.
It's a rockumentary.
It is a rockumentary.
So hold on, you're on fucking Netflix.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah. And by the way, there is a stint where he is a naked performer, so it is also a cockumentary.
I wish I could remove that from my mind, so it's a blockumentary.
But yeah, so I'm like, plausibly November, but there will be an official announcement at some point coming through about any Thor activities in South Florida.
Thor-tivities, if you will.
I won't.
That is the craziest shit. I've actually heard Thor. That's pretty
Ben
funny.
was in it.
So,
Famous.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You guys have a nice banter, a good back and forth. You guys should start your own podcast.
Yeah, actually, I feel like, did we ever talk about that?
It's another IMDb credit if you make it.
You guys have IMDb credits?
No.
Somebody should make.
Well, then
give us some credits.
We fucking owe them. I know it doesn't work like that, but
we don't even have Skype credits.
We're running out of data over here, so we got no credits.
No, we're good.
I was just, it was a joke.
Yeah, I mean, we've been in a band for 7 years, so I would hope by now we figure out how to all talk to each other.
Matthew wanted to know he said, ask them if Shaved Hamster is prog rock.
What, Matthew who? Who knows about Shaved Hamster?
Zagorski.
Oh, man. You're a peach. Shaved Hamster.
They're prog rock then.
They're not prog rock.
I love you, Matt.
They are chaos incarnate.
Look up, just YouTube Shaved Hamster after this. All right?
Yeah, I mean, you won't be sorry, or you will, but you won't be sorry. You know, like, there's a band in South Florida called Shaved Hamster, and they have a music video. They have a few music videos. They have a couple that are just priceless, man. I mean, some things in life you just can't buy.
Right on. Dylan, was there anything else in there worth mentioning?
The anticipation is killing me. Mike Campbell said Deftones is daddy jams.
It's not prog rock. It's not prog rock, but it's a step below. It's like if you live in a trailer park, smoke Pall Malls, and have 3 kids, you probably still listen to the Deftones.
Some people like that.
Well, that's apparently true.
So, David,
I feel like you better describe the Kid Rock demographic, and that's no insult, man. Look, the Kid Rock demographic are a proud folk, but
look, being from Detroit, I nobody appreciates Kid Rock as more than I do, but yeah, he's way more butt rock than Deftones.
He should just change his name to Butt Rock.
He should. Kid
Butt.
Kid Butt.
Oh yeah, no, Kid Butt's good. Yeah,
Butt Rock instead of Kid Rock. I was like, what?
I was like, yeah, this is Kid Butt. I would so pay for that record.
Next.
Yes.
David Espinosa said there's some spicy hot takes going on here, and Vic is going to be on Hoarders with those shirts.
Talking about your shit T-shirt collection, I guess.
Yeah, these are like from these are kind of older comments, but I must read them. Stacy Nye said, "Hi guys, I love you, miss you."
First of all, David, shut up. Second of all, love you, Stacy.
First of all, I think you should start like a unique like art piece that's just like body rot T-shirts.
I think he's making a joke because I once 10 years ago gave David Espinosa a bag of T-shirts that didn't fit me any longer. They were like From Autumn to Ashes shirts, Boys Night Out, like Remembering Never, all these like bands from like 04, and like that were awesome, that are awesome, and they were, I don't know if they were too big or what, but David outgrew them and then gave them back to me like a couple months ago, and now I have this garbage bag full of shirts that I gave him a decade ago, and now and they're like awesome because they kind of fit now. So I don't know what happened, but it's amazing.
You should like you know how like Kim Kardashian is selling like vintage metal shirts and shit like that now?
No, I didn't.
Well, oh yeah, because you're out of the loop. But anyway, this bitch, she's selling like Ozzy Osbourne fucking rotted out shirts for like $6,000. So you should just put yours all on like fucking Etsy or eBay or something and just sell your fucking doo-doo shirts.
Doo-doo shirts? Butt rock shirts.
I'm not a fashionable guy. I've come to terms with that. It's not a focal point in my life, but I gotta ask, to whom are those shirts worth that much money, and fucking why?
Just Kanye.
I don't know, but I just came to the conclusion that I'm really upset I didn't get Butt Rock tattooed on my knuckles.
or across your forehead.
What about your toe knuckles, man? You got toe knuckles.
Oh yeah, I totally do.
You should have got across your forehead, dude.
Dude, you will not get butt rock.
Get a chin
I'll
strap,
do it.
dude. Just butt rock chin strap.
Just
You
get
always go to the beer out. You got a job interview, but you clean shave. You get that butt rock chin strap.
get a
Would
sick
you rather
kid butt
have
tattoo?
butt rock tattooed on your chin or your knuckles?
Knuckles all day.
Because you could. All right.
I could get it on my second knuckles, and then it would say hopeless butt rock.
Oh
That's not
man,
bad.
that's awesome.
Okay, so what is your dad's favorite band?
I don't have a dad.
Sorry to hear that.
No, I mean, whatever. You I don't fucking know his favorite band. That's how little I know.
It was gonna happen sooner or
You
later.
should make one up, man.
I think his favorite band.
Out of
It's
the
probably
last
like
50 interviews
Christopher
that
Cross.
we've done,
What's
no
that?
one. Out of the last 50 interviews we've done, no one has pulled that on us yet.
No, I mean it's like kind of dead ass true. Like I haven't talked to him since I was 4 years old, and then he texted me when I was 21 and said, "Hey Vic, this is your father.
My
I heard."
favorite band is.
And my favorite band
The Deftones.
the Eagles. I assume he's like a cop and shit, and he's like 60 now. So I feel like it'd be like the Eagles or something shitty.
The Turtles. Buddy Holly.
No,
Those are actually good
too cool.
bands.
Yeah, the Turtles is kind of great.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
But Holly.
But T. Holly.
My dad's favorite band is probably it's either the Grateful Dead or Steely Dan.
Nice.
Steely Dan.
And Walter Becker just died, so my dad was like pretty visibly upset in a Facebook post. Did you have that moment? And of course, my apologies if I bring up a sensitive subject or anything like that. But did you guys have that moment when your parents discovered like how social media works, and then like your life was sort of over forever by proxy?
Yeah.
Like I remember when my mom first figured out text messaging. I'm like, she's never gonna leave me alone my whole life now. I have no escape.
My mom is watching this interview right now.
Oh, that's good. That's supportive,
Hi,
man.
Nick's mom.
Nick's mom helped us start this show.
Yeah, she likes kid
That's
butt too.
awesome.
She used to come on the show and talk to us about series and shit on Netflix.
Yeah, we had a segment where my mom would call in and tell us what she was watching on Netflix, and to hear her
And then ask you
describe
to keep it down.
anything, to hear her describe anything is totally fucked. Like, it was actually pretty. hilarious.
What's her favorite show?
Oh shit, she liked Breaking Bad a lot. Like
A lot.
a lot.
That was like the show that got me into binge watching because like I caught it during season 2 and then everyone started to love it and then I binged watched it when it came out and I was like, this is amazing, and it is.
But she leaves out like the most key points, and it's so hilarious. Like the whole time she didn't mention him having cancer.
That he's bald.
Yeah, he didn't.
Right.
He didn't.
That's the part to leave out that makes everything
It is
different.
like- it's
yeah,
like-
he's just some drug dealer.
Yeah, he sells drugs and then he shoots people up, and it's badass. Like,
His wife totally hates him.
Your mom is
my mom's
shit.
like, his wife's a bitch. He's got a retarded.
He
son.
keeps throwing
Like-
pizza on the roof.
Oh, fun fact about that pizza place. When we were on tour, we were in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and they ordered us pizza from that very place, and I wanted to keep the box.
You should have just
But
thrown it on the roof. It'd been way
It
cooler.
tasted like roof.
It was not good to my recollection.
It tasted like roof.
I actually read online somewhere that people drive by that house and throw pizza on the roof all the fucking time.
That's true. I've heard that story as well.
Dude, free pizza, that is fucking tight.
People,
All you gotta do is climb up on your roof to get it.
people are really
Whatever.
horrible, but sometimes people are awesome.
Yeah. I hope it's vegan pizza.
Well, yeah, I remember that proliferating on the internet because it was basically the people who owned the house like posted like a plea to like, please stop throwing pizza on our house. We have to clean that up. It's ruining our roof tiles.
What was the first CD you guys ever owned?
I found a Tupac. I was like 7, and in one of my dressers was a Tupac Machiavelli record, and that was the first CD that I ever listened to on my own. So, and the first one I ever put into a foldy CD case thing. So I always consider that, even though I didn't pay for that, that's my first record.
Right on.
I'd have to say the first record I purchased, like made a conscious listening decision, was Dookie by Green Day. And I actually like remember like the first handful of records I had.
Do you regret that decision?
Not at all. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I think we all agree that Green Day is definitely not good now and has not been for a pretty long time, but I will extend them up through Nimrod as all being quality material. So, like, from the beginning to Nimrod, I can still enjoy all of that.
As far as I'm concerned, they could be on tour with the Deftones and get in a fiery crash at the same time.
All right, Nick.
Oh, man.
All right, no, continue.
I was going to say, if they were touring on old records, I would be at that show.
All right, so here you go, Nick. Apparently in a couple months or weeks or something, POD and Alien Ant Farm and like members of Biohazard and some other bands are playing down here. I don't know if that's coming to where you guys are, but how about that tour, huh?
See,
POD and Alien Ant Farm?
That might be tight. That's like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 era.
Right? Dude, Alien Ant Farm is so fucking awesome.
I do like Alien Ant Farm. I do.
I measure.
Wasn't Wish on Pro Skater 4?
I was like, I measure my life by Tony Hawk Pro Skaters.
Those are important. Those are important epics in anyone's life, man. That is that's up there with like lunar eclipses and those are relevant.
Remember how cool that was?
That's like getting your first pube. It's like I get a pube every time a Tony Hawk Pro Skater comes out. I think I'm up to 7 or 8 now.
I get a pube every time I hear Millencolin because it was on Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh my god, that got me into Millencolin.
Yeah, definitely.
That record's awesome.
It's so sick.
Like,
Edwards Pioneers.
I don't
record.
think there was a bad song on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1. Even like Del the Funky Homo Sapien was tight.
That song rips, dude.
No, man. The second game was the first one that had. The second game was the first of the games that had like a selectable playlist, and that had a bunch of stuff on it. But it also like really good stuff. That's the one that had no cigar on it. But there was definitely a handful of tracks that I might like now, but as a 14 or 15-year-old, whenever that came out, it was real easy to skip over a lot of that content.
I think it's going to be a new question stapled into the podcast. It's going to be, what was your favorite track off of Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
Any of them?
Yeah.
Any of them. That's tough, man.
I only really played up to 4.
That Avail tune was really good.
Ooh, that was a good one. Oh, no, there's that. In 4, there's the How I Water music song.
Yeah, okay. Fuck, what's it called? Now, Freightliner?
Yeah, it is Freightliner.
Yeah,
that's
dude,
really good.
That song rips. And then also on that was what is the boy who destroyed the world? Or
AFI.
From AFI. Oh, dude, that song's awesome too. Those later games had great stuff on them.
What?
All right, Dylan. Is there anything else in the comments?
Oh shit! I'm just.
Quit sniffling in your microphone.
I'm sorry.
It's like, you guys suck. Why do you guys suck?
No. David Espinosa said, Brotherhood of the Traveling Butt Rot Shirts. Josh Frazier said, keep the math jams alive. Josh Bernhardt said, Green Day's Dookie CD was on point, so fuck off.
That was to you two.
Right on.
At least
I agree.
Nick. I
I don't know. The songs aren't 8.5 minutes long and have organ in them, so I'm not going to be into it. If it's not like, if it doesn't sound like Roundabout, I don't give a fuck.
How did you feel about Smashing Pumpkins? Because that was my second cassette ever.
I don't care for Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh man!
Dude, what
For
do you
real?
like? Wait, let's stop this right now and ask Nick what he likes. Flipping the script, right?
I'm actually just a very negative person, and I don't fucking like it.
He likes Kid Rock. He likes hating the Deftones.
What is your hat say? Show us your hat. Worry. Is that a band? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's the dudes that were in the Great Redneck Hope. It's Daniel's new band. It's like a sludge band.
Ah,
Right on.
cool. So what else do you like besides sludge rock?
I'm wearing
Jerk.
a Arsonist Get All the Girls t-shirt.
Oh, cool.
Do you find in your personal experience that that's true?
I don't know. I have a fiance, and I set my grandma's house on fire with napalm, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, cool, man.
So I don't know if I get
I'm
all
single
of
as
them,
fuck.
but I got
You should get a lighter.
I got a girl.
So what's one of the craziest places you've ever played a show?
This weird art gallery in Houston, Texas.
Oh, that is definitely the most terrifying place we've ever played.
It was terrifying. It was like some. It was literally like Pee Wee's Playhouse like vomited on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it was really. The show was terrible, but the place was so sick, dude. They were like
sick. It was terrifying.
There was like a shrine of like Raggedy Ann dolls, but like huge, like 20 feet tall. Like it was like a story and a half tall.
Like a wall / mountain of them.
A mountain. I shit you not, a mountain. And that wasn't even the weirdest thing in the place. Like
the weirdest thing in the place were the people who ran the place. They were the weirdest thing. Or no, the guy at the door. There was just this like weird, tall, super skinny old guy wearing like overalls and I think like listening to discordant ukulele music with some woman like whispering over them.
No, that is exactly what
I can't believe we left with our skin.
You should have seen like there. Yeah. Oh
like I can't believe we're not like unable to do this interview because we're imprisoned in Raggedy Andy dolls for all eternity.
Again, that's not.
Yeah, they just steal your soul and they put it in the Raggedy Ann dolls.
Yeah, no, seriously, man. We posted a picture of it. I swear, you can see the glint of lost children in the eyes of those dolls.
Yeah.
Like their souls are in there, man.
Go back a couple months on our Facebook, you'll find it.
Wait, so what is the weirdest thing if that's not the weirdest thing?
There's more. There were like those weird. There were like float, like parade float things, like just like a huge. There was like a giant like beetle from like a parade float staring at me from, but it had like a smiley face and it was really scary. I don't know, a bunch of circus clown shit.
It was sort of like a warehouse full of like piles of weird, eccentric garbage,
and also an air hockey table.
Right.
And that was fun.
Wasn't it called like Super Happy Funland?
It was literally called Super Happy Funland
in Houston, and which it's probably underwater now, and we're sorry. And seriously, our condolences to all the victims of Hurricane Harvey. But that place was terrifying, and
we hope it still stands.
So I work I work at a screen printing place, and we print people's dogs on socks.
Oh, dude! Can I please get a pair for my girlfriend for her birthday? Because I saw a Facebook ad before, my phone.
Yeah.
And how much do you guys charge for?
They're $25, but if you just send me a picture of your dog, I'll get it to you.
Can you hook a brother up, dude?
Yeah.
Because that's gonna be one of her birthday gifts. Tight. And I highly doubt she's listening to this right now.
Somebody sent in a picture of this dude vomiting today, and we're gonna put those on socks tomorrow. We're waiting for somebody to send in a dick pic. That'd be just hilarious.
So, like I said, I'm gonna be contacting you very soon about a pair of socks for my girlfriend.
Probably via my phone.
Yeah, but yeah, we're actually gonna ship out like 2,000 pairs of socks to Houston.
Oh, that's cool.
It's basically just
that's
all
really
the fucked up dog socks. We're sending them all those. So they're just going to be wearing other people's dogs on their feet.
That's really nice, though. That's like really amazing.
Is there anything else in the comments, Dylan?
Nope.
No, Josh said Creed.
What about Creed, Josh?
What about Creed?
Creed.
They're not good.
That was my first CD. That was my first CD I ever bought.
Oh, really?
I feel like you're lying, Dylan.
My Own Prison. Quarters in session. A verdict is.
So that was.
Are those Creed lyrics? I've never heard that.
They are now.
They are.
If they weren't, they are.
What is that one?
My Own Prison.
That's the name. Okay.
I'm giving you all the answers.
Dude, I remember like that being on like Zeta, like South Florida rock and roll station. Oh God, I had to be in like middle school, maybe even younger than that.
What were you gonna say, Nick, before he so rudely Zeta you off?
I don't even fucking remember.
He said so, and then he stopped.
I was just gonna throw one of these random stock questions at you.
Okay, hit us with it.
Does anybody have any formal musical training in the band?
Ben, and only Ben.
Does Sean not? I don't.
Sean's like a drum prodigy.
He's an everything prodigy.
He's a very good musician overall. I was in band class from 6th grade to 12th grade.
Hey, and man, you were first clarinet.
First saxophone.
Oh, there you go.
But I've forgotten everything about music after that, and I don't think that really counts. Like, that doesn't count.
Because it doesn't rock?
Because it doesn't rock.
Dylan played Dylan played the skin flute, and he was definitely first chair.
To answer the question, in the band, I think with like formal training, I might be the only one, which always results in these awesome conversations like, "Hey, David, what key is that in?" And then him looking at me like I'm some kind of asshole.
Dave knows stuff though. Dave knows a lot about music. I don't know whether or not he's been like classically trained with anything, but he's one of the best drummers and one of the best guitarists I've ever met. So, like, despite being in our band, like, I don't really know.
I don't know what this question means, but what's your favorite time signature?
7/8.
There you go.
I don't know if that's a real time signature.
I don't. It sounds right.
It is a real time signature. It is.
Well, wouldn't that just be like 3.54?
No, it's not divisible that way. So the denominator is the value that a quarter note gets.
So 7/8.
So it has to be even.
7/8.
What's your favorite band that you ever found on MySpace?
I don't think I ever found a band on MySpace.
What?
How about?
Yeah, I got involved in, like, it's typically been the case. I get involved in all forms of social media like really late because I view them as sort of weird personal monuments to egotism, and I think they're really self-indulgent. But then I always get involved in like a musical project of some kind, and that ends up just being a vehicle for promotion. So when I got into MySpace, it was super late. It was only when I was already in a band, promoting a band, and likewise for Facebook. So
I think the answer Dylan and Nick were looking for, which is my answer, is Waking the Fucking Cadaver.
Nice. I was actually gonna make a
right answer.
I was gonna actually make a bootleg Waking the Cadaver shirt yesterday.
Dude, send it to me with my socks.
I have no idea who that
What
is.
size shirt do you wear?
It's a small or medium, whatever you want.
I'm just gonna send you
youth large.
I'm just gonna print the
V-neck.
exact gross shirt you have, but send you a new one so you can throw the other one away.
I was gonna say, actually, it doesn't matter what size it is as long as it's already really disgusting.
It should have JFK's face and then just say Waking the Cadaver and like unreadable fonts.
I got you, bro.
No, but no, like one of my favorite. All right. Besides Waking the Cadaver, like one of my favorite bands that I've ever discovered on MySpace that I still listen to, Trophy Scars. I don't know if you ever heard that band.
Sure.
Have not.
Yeah. Oh, really
How old are you guys?
Too old.
I just turned 31 a few days back, and Vic's birthday was just this past week as well.
Yeah, I just turned 29.
Happy birthday.
I just turned
Thanks,
31.
guys.
I just turned 31 on August 13th.
No,
Whoa,
look
dude.
at it. A whole bunch of Leos.
August.
But yeah, man, August 21st was mine. So
26.
Dude, are you into astrology?
Someone, I didn't even know, like, I don't know where the cutoff is, and someone told me, "Oh, you're a cusp Virgo. That means this about you." And I was like, "Go to hell."
actually, you're a little too late to be on the cusp. The cusp is usually somewhere between the 21st and the 23rd.
Or maybe they didn't know what they were talking
They
about.
probably didn't because astrology is a bunch of crap.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Can you read tarot cards?
Yes.
I can look at them and make stuff up like anybody else.
What's
You are the fool.
What's your favorite tree nut?
My favorite tree nut?
Yeah.
It's a vegan answer question.
Do cashews count? Are those considered tree nuts?
Do they grow
Cashew?
on trees or like bushes? I don't know.
Pecans? I believe pecans grow on trees. I'm a huge fan of those.
Almonds.
I like all nuts.
You like some all?
He likes all the nuts.
What are grape nuts, Vic?
That's a lot of
What
nuts.
grape nuts? High in fiber. You can eat them up and make a hot cereal.
Next.
Hey, Victor, are you still feeding the ducks?
Who wants to know about my ducks?
Tim Abbott.
Tim! I love you! Yes, we're feeding the ducks. Very well.
You feed them bread?
No, that's unhealthy for them. Tim showed me the correct seed to feed them, but no, we actually make a bunch of homemade organic juices these days with my girlfriend and I, because we have a juicer, and then we feed them the pulp, and they love it. The iguanas
That is
love
the
it.
fucking... apparently everybody knew that bread was bad for ducks except for me.
Dylan's a fucking park ranger. Let me tell you that first before you get any further in this story.
Protect those ducks.
Wait, literally, or are you just making fun of him by calling him a park ranger?
He's been a park ranger for over a decade.
We don't get a lot of.
I eat a ton of bread. I know what shape I am. It's not good for us either, apparently. Why don't we ducks?
Dude, Dylan's like top dog park ranger. He like lives on the park, has the house on the park, and he's the guy who if you're out drinking at the park in the middle of the night, he's the guy who takes your beer.
Fun sponge.
Oh, I thought you were going to say if you're out drinking at the park, then he's the guy feeding the ducks bread.
I thought you were going to say he's the guy that beats up the bears who steal picnic baskets.
That's right.
He pulls up on the gator blaring Kid Butt.
Kid Butt.
Cowboy.
My name is Kid Butt.
By the way, those giant horrifying spiders, did you actually like clear them away from the house, or did they just like move on?
I have
their
like
own?
huge banana spiders in our yard, which used to be Tim's yard, and they're the size of my hand. And no, we have not cleared them. They're still there.
Those suck because you never see them until they're like right here.
Those suck because they're just fucking horrifying.
Yeah, they're scary. I would never fuck with them. Like I would never like hurt them, but they're scary.
I can't have them as close to my house.
Is any other members in the band in their own projects, or do you guys have your own projects besides Fero?
Yeah. So
besides Thor.
Besides Thor.
Right, because I was outed as a Thor member earlier.
Sean, our drummer, does this thing called Squid, which is like prog rock you might really like. Besides that, I do nothing else with my life. I wanted to start this band with my girlfriend and a friend of hers called Tate LaBianca, and it was going to be like a noise, like
that's like a
theme.
Charles Manson reference, right?
Yeah.
Tight.
And it was just going to be like a scary noise thing. But right now, all we do is Fero Lux. All I do is Fero Lux. And him and Dave have another band, actually with Sean.
Right, so three-quarters of our band, so everyone but Victor, are actually in another band that's like just a sort of like straight grunge with a little bit of like new wavy elements called Iron Young.
It's amazing.
It's fun.
It's better than Fero Lux.
Band.
And I tell them they should pursue that all the time. Like drop this band and then go with that because it's really good. And I feel like I'm what's weighing down our band in the progress of like music. Like
I don't think no Fero Lux fans feel that way.
They cut me out, and they have this amazing band called like Iron Young, and it's like the shit. And then they have me, and it's Fero Lux, and it's garbage. So.
But yeah, and I bounce around a couple other projects, but nothing that has any kind of media presence that anyone could look up, so it's irrelevant. But yeah, I mean, I'm always writing on my own. Vic has been in other bands, but is stagnant at the moment. And then David also plays in a band called Pegasaurus, which is like a two-piece blues rock thing where it's just he plays drums for that band, and it's just like
unadulterated rock and roll.
Yeah, it's very like Bruce Springsteen. I think all the songs are about sex, but I'm not sure. You never really know.
What's the worst stage injury that anybody's had in the band?
We're all pretty resilient.
I was gonna say you were like autoerotic asphyxiating yourself in that picture.
Every day of my life.
We definitely, if you've seen us perform, look like we should get hurt way more than we do. I think David like kicked me in the head really hard one time while jumping off of the kick drum. Like I went down and he like jumped off the drum and just caught me like right in the side of the head with like some giant fucking docksider. And so that,
no real injuries.
No real injuries. I think I fell off the stage, like just like down like a step basically in Arizona. It took like a huge ribbon of skin off my shin.
Some blood, but no injuries.
No one's ever broken anything, or we never stopped the show because of it. We've all been fairly lucky, I think, or careful. Pick one.
I once did a front flip off a table and landed on my tailbone, like so off a table onto the floor and like in sitting position, landed right on my tailbone. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have lower back issues for the rest of my life, so that could count.
That's
for something.
Where are you guys at right now?
A car.
I mean, like
we're at a car.
Well, so we were gonna steal.
Don't mention the name. We're at a coffee shop, a large coffee shop chain.
We were gonna steal their Wi-Fi, but it turned out that their connection sort of sucked, so we are just using my data instead. And
I saw the cups when you guys started the interview. So
you didn't see shit. I mean, I don't support this shit. It's not my cup.
I support coffee.
Josh Bernhard said he wants to hear a poop story.
There you go.
Poop story. I have poop stories. I don't know if this is appropriate.
It's totally
it's certainly off topic.
Yeah, we'll get there.
What kind of poop story?
Yeah, like what do you want to hear, Josh?
What about like a tour story? Is there anything funny ever happened with poop on tour?
Including poop? We've seen some gnarly bathrooms. Like any band that's left their hometown is, I'm assuredly seen. Like, how about like?
I mean, predating the band, I have like a sort of like shitting my pants that becomes revenge story.
It's gonna take too long. That sounds good, but it'll be a while.
You've heard it, you know. That.
Okay.
Josh said he wants to hear Dylan's story when he pooped in his swimsuit.
Oh, dude, no, dude.
Fero Lux wants to hear.
I've never heard this story, Dylan.
I've said it on the show like twice. We were camping up in Ocala, and I was pooping on a tree, and it fell in my pants, and I pulled my pants up, and it smeared all over me, and there's no water. I had to throw all my clothes in a fucking fire while my wife and her parents are sleeping in a little tiny camper. So
did it smell? When you
I'm
threw
like,
it on the fire, did it smell?
I'm like walking through the Ocala.
This big poo gas.
Sarin poo gas.
Oh, dude, it was just smoldering. So, I'm like walking through the Ocala National Forest, naked, trying to find a fucking water spigot somewhere, and
to wash your asshole.
So I found a thing of deodorant. I'm just like wiping myself down with it because no water. Nick, did you take that Viagra pill?
Not yet. But I'm totally going to.
Are you going to?
Yeah. All right. So I was driving down the road the other day, and we saw a dresser on the side of the road, and my fiance and I were like, shit, we really need a dresser. So I was like, free fucking trash dresser, let's go. So we went back got somebody's truck, picked it up, took it home. We pulled it into the fucking house, and we opened up the drawer, and there's a fucking little blue pill in there, and I was just like, that's a fucking Viagra. She looked it up. Lo and behold, it's a Viagra, and I'm going to take it eventually. See what happens.
Viagra. Take it before you go to work.
But dude, actually, a weird thing that happened.
Take it before your next podcast.
I was pulling the dresser, and the top kind of slipped out of my hands, and it caught my fucking toenail, right? And it ripped. All right, like say this is my toenail from like my wrist to the front of my hand. It fucking ripped it straight up like a car hood. It bent it in half, and I was like, "Holy fuck, what's happening?" And then I touched it, and it popped right back down in place. Like it just, it was just normal after that.
I mean, did it come off? Because that's coming off no matter what. Like,
eventually it might, but it ripped like half the cuticle out.
So this is recent.
Yeah, this happened like yesterday.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. That's
rough.
That's
harsh,
literally...
dude. I just remember, I dropped a sofa on my foot, like I was moving it when I was in college, and the toenail hung on there for like a good 3 or 4 weeks, and then I was just like taking a sock off, and then just like the whole toenail came off, and like more new toenail was growing up all fucked up and disfigured underneath it. It was gnarly. I'm just saying, you got that in the future. I'm not wishing it on you. I'm just prepared for the eventuality of a new toenail to begin growing under that, and that thing is coming off.
Tight.
You got that it's gonna be a moment out of the fly. You're just gonna peel it off. And
Kill me.
So, all right. In your guys' opinion, what's one of the best up and coming bands that are from your town? Who should we be on the lookout for from South Florida?
A Faint Remembrance from the Stewart area.
Right on. Okay, that's a good call.
They're really good. And Natsuki's really good. They're from like our same hood.
For sure, man. Natsuki's rad. Ether are awesome. They're not. I don't want to say they're up and coming because it's a bunch of old dudes like us and even older. They're like people who they're from bands that we grew up listening to in our area, but the band itself, Ether, is fairly new. They put out a record pretty recently, and they are not just great friends of ours, but a fantastic band. They're easily one of my favorite
cool.
South Florida bands. If you like sludge and doom, and they're fantastic.
So, what's one of the best bands you've ever toured with?
In Angles is amazing. I mean, I don't know how much they feel at us.
Mind-blowing.
I mean, but in terms of like a band that is
They do shred.
so flawlessly on live to the point where it's like, how are you even doing this?
Harmonies and everything. It's like, how do you even sing? Like, how is singing a thing for you?
Yeah, so in Angles out of New Jersey are just insanely talented.
And then my answer will be Accident Prone from Virginia, because they're really good too.
Mhm.
Very like kind of like spazzy, kind of convergy hardcore.
So on the
Convergence.
on the new album, are you guys like doing anything differently with your recording process or writing process, or is it just sticking to the norm of what you guys have done?
No, it's sort of weird because I feel like some of the people who have heard our new material don't think it's as off our normal beaten path as we do, but I also feel like they haven't heard all of it. So
Yeah, a lot of it's really weird. Like I said earlier, there's like it's not really mathcore, but
It's
it's
prog rock.
some of it is. It's prog rock, so there's a lot to but prog rock. It's prog but rock. So there's a lot to
Oh my god, that needs to be a
it's full
thing.
of twists and turns.
But
in
prog,
term-
dude.
in terms of writing process, this record more than any other has been sort of anything goes. If we like it, period. If we as a band like it, it's on there. Our editorial process, I mean, it's always been that way to some degree, but I think we've tried to sort of refine down and distill what we like thought Fero Lux means or
Yeah,
what
I think
our
so.
sound was, and on these new releases, we're not thinking about that at all. We are the people who made it are us. It's whatever chemistry that we have together that generates this music, and whatever we've produced is what this record will be. I think tonally,
That's very
in
vague.
terms of studio. Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
like, it's gonna
Absolutely.
be what it is because we made it and we're Fero Lux.
It's a country record.
I have a question.
Alright.
Is that a envelope on your arm? Is that a $13 tattoo? Like the
First
atomic
of all-
$13 Valentine's Day tattoos?
It wasn't Valentine's Day, but yes. It's a $13. It is a $13 tattoo.
Tight.
I'm broke, dude.
It's
I gotta
alright.
wait for those Friday the 13th to come around.
You know, some
There you
people,
go,
Yo.
some
On-
people
on
just don't
the
get
hand,
tattoos.
dude.
They don't have any
On
money.
the hand.
So what band do you guys influenced on this album?
What bands are they influencing, or what bands are they
Yeah.
influenced by?
Influenced
Yeah, I
by.
can't answer that.
Thor, Kid Rock.
Vic? Yeah, definitely Kid Butt and Thor.
Kid.
And definitely Insane Clown Posse, right? I know you're a big fan. You're in the fan.
I'm not a fan of ICP.
Wow.
I love how you just admit that.
He's gonna have to admit it again later. Let's just put it that way.
Most people are ashamed, but
All right,
not
hang
you.
on. Alright, so I
Wicked
don't know, we
clowns
call
will never
once
die.
Wicked Clown, dude. Whoop whoop. Alright. So
Victor's our senior most juggalo in the band.
we yeah, that's funny. we called one song Not a Surf for a long time because it reminded us of Not a Surf. And then we call one song Death Metal before it had a title.
Can you guess why we would have called it something like
Because
that?
it was kind of death metal-y. And I always thought that kind of sounded a little bit like just literally had some like Cannibal Corpse parts in it or something. And I don't know.
I don't know. I would say we've never stopped being influenced by the band that we've all agreed on and loved. So like we're all at the drive-in fans.
So
Right.
at the drive-in kind of parts.
We're all Botch fans. I mean,
Some Botch parts.
you know,
Waking the fucking Cadaver parts.
Have you ever stole riffs from Waking the Cadaver? That's what all I want to know.
Only 3 times.
I definitely wouldn't know. So
They're just like,
I would
just
know
do that.
What's
I don't play guitar, so
What are some of your favorite lyrics from Fero?
The ones I stole from They Might Be Giants.
You're laughing. There's more of those than you would think. And I'm the only one who catches them.
It's awesome because most people are just like, no, deny.
Alright, I consider it paying homage to They Might Be Giants because we're such a vastly different band and on no level of like, I don't know. It'll be never. You wouldn't have known had I not told you. So shut up.
Shut up.
Those are my favorite lyrics. Though.
All right, Dylan. Is there anything else in the comments?
Joshua Bernhardt asked, "You ever write a song that you just really liked but didn't mesh well with the rest of the record?"
Yeah.
This whole record.
Yeah, that editorial process sort of went out the window on the new stuff, but we used to have like a pretty extensive like riff graveyard where we would write songs and then be like super gung-ho and slowly grow to dislike or you realize that they weren't cohesive or appropriate. They weren't good as they were assembled, and so almost all of those have been like piecemealed out to like become other songs or worked in. So almost all the riffs that we've ever created end up somewhere, but we definitely had songs that didn't make sense and were later salvaged and deconstructed.
Right on.
And
that's why I asked you what you guys were influenced by, because if your older stuff is more mathy, you listen to more mathcore bands back in the day, and now you're kind of growing out of it, and if it's influencing it.
Now they just listen to Del the Funky Homo Sapien. It's their major influence.
You gotta wash your hands.
You must.
I don't know, because a lot of us, I think Dave doesn't even listen to a bunch of mathcore bands. He listens to like 2 of them, and I don't really listen to them. Like, it's not that I don't like them. I just like, Oh, Inside the Beehive. That should have been my MySpace band.
Oh, true. Yeah, they actually reached out to us and wanted to do an interview. So I was like, yeah, I'll set that up. Thanks for reminding me that, because I totally forgot.
They're fucking tight, dude.
Yeah, they are.
Like,
really
what
good.
I was gonna say, is that I haven't listened to that kind of stuff since like just MySpace just ended, you know. So I used to listen to a lot of. It didn't
just end,
bands.
dude. You've been out of the loop for a while. MySpace ended.
No,
like
I'm saying
8 years
when it
ago.
just ended. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I've stopped listening to that kind of stuff. Not because I don't like it, but just because, I mean, MySpace died, so I guess that whole thing kind of died. I don't know.
Did you have?
That's the only place.
Did you have a sidekick?
No, I never had a sidekick. Unfortunately, I was way too poor. I didn't even have a cell phone until like I was 16 or 17.
I was not a sidekick guy either. I always had like Blackberries and like young professional phones.
I had one of those bleep Nextel.
Because you're a park ranger.
My mom would be like, where are you at?
You talk to it like this far away. You're like, you kind of yell at your hand from a distance.
I had like a long string of very decent phones. I smashed to crap skateboarding and falling on them, so I stopped buying good ones after a while. But I never had a sidekick because that would have been an investment for me to smash.
Yeah, I actually just cleared $2,000 off of my credit like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
2 weeks ago because of a fucking sidekick, dude. They wanted $2,000 for a sidekick for like 10 years.
Tell them that it better be Jonathan Landis if they're going to charge that much for him.
All right, so
Which is fucked up because that guy's dead.
So we're gonna move on
No
to
one here saw sidekicks.
we're gonna do the last segment here. I know you guys are like sitting in a car right now, so you probably don't want to be on too much longer.
No, we're good, man. Seriously, this is a comfortable car. It's like a living room in here.
So much room for activities.
A caravan.
I mean, if you're trying to get rid of us, I understand. No, go ahead.
But we're gonna move to everybody's favorite segment, the Would You Rather segment. Now, I warned you guys a little bit prior to the show about what was going to be happening here. If I could ask everybody in the audience right now to please share this so people tune in to just this part, it would be hilarious to me.
We'd have to put our hazard lights on. Okay.
No,
all right,
makes sense.
so first question. Would you rather eat a light bulb, but when you poop, it's okay? Hold on, I fucked this up. Let me start over. Would you rather?
Yes,
that's the one.
Would you rather eat a light bulb every day, but when you poop, it's okay, or eat whatever you like, but when you shit, it's light bulb glass?
Some of you may know this about me, but there's already an alarming amount of blood in my stool most of the time, so this would not be a big change in my life. I have had a myriad of gastrointestinal problems. So, I feel like...
I think.
Wait, so here's the question. Can I only eat light
It doesn't
bulb?
make it okay.
Well, the way the question... All right, so these are mostly all submitted to us.
Okay.
That's a good one.
It says, would you rather eat a light bulb? So I'm assuming that's one light bulb a day.
But then I can eat whatever I want for the rest of the day?
Let's say that, yeah.
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna eat the light bulb every day.
How would you eat the light bulb?
Fork and knife.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Fork
still,
and knife at a slow pace.
Light
I
bulb
would
all
make a
gratin.
light bulb smoothie.
I would like hummus. All right, so I crush it into chips and then dip it in hummus. And then
Be
try to make that-
a vegan light bulb.
I will do it, dude. I mean, light bulbs are vegan, so I'm gonna do it.
I would make like a pineapple light bulb smoothie.
Yeah, you could probably pulp it. Like, yeah, I would make a smoothie too.
And then I would shit fairy dust sparkling in my toilet bowl.
Next,
Would you rather drown in piss or vomit?
piss. Next. Oh wait, then.
No piss. Yeah, that's. But like I don't want to drown in something chunky.
Yeah, right.
Because that's like you.
You would end up puking
And
and
piss
drowning.
is sterile.
in your
And plus,
own
you
puke.
can't smell it once you're you can't smell it once you're submerged. I'm just thinking of like, what is it going to be like going down my esophagus and into my lungs? And I don't want like ketchup and French fries and like burrito stuff like in my lungs.
Dude, fuck.
That's like, would you rather
That
drown?
is
Disgusting.
Would you rather drown in like Kool-Aid or fucking like crab juice? Pick Kool-Aid.
Wait, how are those
Are you
equal to piss
comparing-
or vomit?
Because
Yeah.
one is very apparent. You're gonna pick piss over vomit. Anyway.
You're comparing piss to Kool-Aid right now.
Hands down.
Alright, tight. Would you rather pee every time you stand up or shit every time you sit down?
Like for the entire duration of the
Your
time
life.
I'm standing.
Yeah.
How
No,
much?
you shit once and piss once. So like you could sit down, shit, clean yourself without standing up, and then stay seated.
Piss for
Piss.
sure.
The guy
Is
piss.
that what wear a diaper?
I go to the bathroom a lot, anyways. I like pee a lot, so it's gonna be piss every time I stand.
Also, you're assuming I don't shit every time I sit down.
Shitting right now in his car. It's crazy.
Still pops out, you know.
Alright, this is one of my favorite ones. This has been submitted to us. Would you
Is it the teeth tube one?
No. Would you rather secrete a small amount of shit, like sweat from your skin, every day? Or turn into a full-fledged wereturd one night a month for a full moon?
Why would I not want to be a wereturd?
That's my favorite one. Where turd.
Wait, can I ask what happens to my clothing? Do it.
I'm
Do-
assuming
how
it looks
big is
like
the-
his.
Like, how big is the wereturd? Do I tear through what I'm wearing, or do I sort of just ooze out of it?
See, alright, like, we have two... Everybody kind of assumes it's going to be like the shit monster from Dogma.
I would assume.
Okay.
that.
I
Very
assume you
safe.
just turn into a turd and fall over in your living room and stay there for like the duration of the night. And you wake up and you're like, oh, what the fuck happened?
You just wake up on
Fuck.
It
you just
stinks
wake
in
up
here.
on your carpet. You wake up on your carpet in a giant shit stain. Like, what happened to me?
That doesn't sound very bad. How
Yeah,
big
you,
this shit?
you wake up next to a horse that's just bloody in the middle of a field covered in shit. Would you rather have two sphincters on the palms of your hands or the bottoms of your feet?
Bottoms of my feet because I wear shoes. You know, it'd be like you can hide them shits.
What
Literally.
kind of sphincters?
The average kind? Like,
Well, I mean,
you're not
well,
gonna have
like-
like cat sphincters on your.
Well, no, but I mean, like, are they connected to my intestines, or do I just have valves on my hands?
I'm guessing
then
you
who
shit,
cares?
so like you could shoot shit like Iron Man or something.
Can I fire the shit
Yeah,
at
if you have
like
diarrhea.
from my hands? Like,
If you don't have
Yeah.
diarrhea, it would just be like and fall out. You're like Wolverine, but you just have 3 turds come out. You're like,
I'm just like, I'm trying to think which would be worse if it prolapsed.
Whatever, dude. Feet.
Feet.
Hey, Josh said about the wear turd. He says, I like how he only cares about his clothing and not the fact that he's a giant turd.
We already know I'm a giant turd.
We are giant turds. We're literally walking shits.
I just want to know, like, how much mess am I cleaning up? Can I lock myself naked someplace, like the Shrieking Shack, and just like wear turd out in an abandoned house? Like,
Yes.
That'd be so fun.
Dexter's crime scene with just Viz Queen everywhere. Saran wrap.
All right, teeth for pubes or pubes for teeth?
I think that's my favorite now that I think about it. I regress. I'm
I'm gonna go with my original answer. I'm gonna go pubes for teeth, just because, like I said, whales have, I'll eat krill. They get by.
You're totally the only person that's ever said that, and I've never said anything about it.
What, really?
Yeah, because I have kids, so we watch Finding Nemo, and the part where the whale fucking eats them, and you see their teeth, they're like bone, man. They're not pubes. It's like, I'm sorry.
Just shoot
They're
a
like
snot
thick
rocket
bristles.
on the floor of your...
No,
It
not a wear
combs through.
turd.
Oh shit.
And I would get, and I would just I would just shave my gums, and get dentures.
That's crazy.
Shave my gums.
Yeah, shave my gums.
You'd go like 2 weeks
Have fun
without
brushing
shaving,
your
and you just
pubes.
have pubes growing out under your teeth.
Fine. I'll wax my gums.
All right. So when you take a piss and you put your dick back in your pants and you get that little drip. Okay.
Yeah.
Who does?
Yeah.
Well, would you rather have continuous like Cheeto fingers for the rest of your life, the Cheeto dust on your fingers, or would you rather have a pee drip that's like, let's say it drips like once every 5 minutes?
I would rather pee just a little bit in my pants every 5 minutes.
You would just smell like piss at the end of the day. You would reek.
I mean, like, look, I'd get a job in a nursing home. No one would know the difference. I'd be like, it's her, not me. Life goes on.
All right.
My answer, despite my veganism, sorry to keep rubbing that in, I would do Cheeto fingers because I don't want to keep continuously piss on myself. I'd just rather have
But
Cheeto.
can you also imagine how gross everything in your house would be? Just like absolutely
Totally.
covered in Cheeto dust.
Can I wear
like,
gloves? I can just put gloves on.
Well, but you're asking a musician. Like, I gotta play bass with Cheeto fingers. I'll just deal with it.
Gloves.
He doesn't have a smartphone, so he wouldn't get Cheeto dust all over his phone. So
There you go. Look,
he's
I
making
don't
a
do
good
shit-
choice.
I don't do shit anyways. I would just lick my fingers all day, and then just
You're already living like you have Cheeto fingers, man. You're doing it right.
Next.
Would you rather have a nipple-sized penis or penis-sized nipples?
Holy shit! That sucks.
What size are we going by for penis? I mean, if it's Gigi Allen penis, then I'll take the nipples. Because he already has
Let's just say
penis,
average.
so
Let's say average penis and average nipples.
erect
Wait,
or breast.
Gigi's not average.
Have you guys seen Gigi Allen's
Yes,
penis? Have you
yes,
seen
I have.
pictures of it?
It's like
Oh,
an
he's
acorn.
he's got an adorable little button cock.
Glued to the bottom of his torso.
It's like a clown wig stuffed in a thimble.
I'm just saying, I could live with nipples that size, I think I would take cock nipples.
Right on.
I legitimately don't know how to answer that.
Well, if you're having trouble on that one, I feel sorry for you for the next couple. All right, so we'll go to the next one. Would you rather watch your parents have sex for the rest of your life or join in once to stop it?
Like, for the rest of my life continuously?
Yeah.
Or just one time a day for the rest of my life?
Well,
'Cause this
the
is-
way I
this is
usually
important.
the way I usually explain it is like, how like TVs have like screen in screen. Like you're just you can go about your life, but you're gonna see a little screen of your parents fucking with audio in the top screen of your vision. Like you got Google
Like, always?
Glass or something. Yeah, on a
Like,
loop,
constantly?
on a loop continuously.
You can
How much
pass.
do I have to join in? Like, finger in the butthole, or like...
Well, we've come to this conclusion as well. You have to at least stimulate them to some sort of climax.
Pass.
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 I'm with Dylan. Pass.
That's not an option. You gotta choose.
I'm gonna just put my
You gotta have like some kind of crazy Oedipal complex, or
my ether hat on and pass.
Like a boss.
see, you know what the fucked up thing is? You said the audio has to be on, and I'm like, I can never really like hear like whatever I'm actually trying to watch on that TV now. So now I'm just thinking like I'm trying to watch Doctor Who, but I got like just it's quieter, but like it's still there. It's like a talk moment in a good show. I'm a cowboy. Shut the fuck up.
So we know Ben's answer. We know what it is.
All right.
Fuck it, I'm going in there.
I'm not gonna make you say it. I'm not gonna make you say it. All right. Would you rather fight a duck-sized horse or 100 horse-sized duck or
Duck-sized horses.
duck-sized horses?
A horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? The one horse-sized duck.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I could knock it out in one punch.
Dude, duck are
Like,
mean,
I think I
bro.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Unless
I
you
live
have
like
like
I'm saying. I
pulp slushies.
He feeds them.
Fuck you, feed them.
he's
I don't get it.
I'm a giant slice of bread.
beef.
Yeah, just feed it some bread. That was just how you fight it.
I am your kryptonite.
It'll become sluggish. It all like, oh, I'm allergic to gluten, and get all slow and just like need a nap. And then I'll be like, pow, like karate chop right to the neck,
Oh,
which will
fuck.
probably just break my hand. But
It's long neck. It's a huge neck.
Would you rather shower in fish tank water or have raisins for fingernails?
What?
Like, I'm guessing raisins
Raisins
just
for fingernails.
Raisin.
Can I eat them?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. They're your raisins.
Does it hurt if I eat them?
As much as eating your fingernails, I suppose.
I don't know about my
Raisin
fingernails.
fingernails.
I'm gonna raise the fingernails. Yeah.
Tight.
You wouldn't even get clean. There'd be no point in showering in fish water.
Well, I mean, also like how often? Like one time, like someone just like hoses me down with fish tank water like once, or these are see. There's like a weird disparity with a lot of these questions. Like, would you rather have a lifelong condition or do one unpleasant thing once?
Yeah, pretty much. Would you rather have
Fingernails.
arms for legs or legs for arms? You'd have a set of 4. So you'd have 4 legs.
Arms for legs, because I want toe thumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Toe thumbs.
you could use them for stuff. I'm saying like walking around would be kind of weird, and also like your leg arms would get fucking buffed because you're carrying yourself around. But like,
I'm gonna say legs for arms because I don't want to just like become shorter. You know, like you get my
you'd
arms
rather
would be-
never be able to pick up anything ever again than lose a few inches of height. That's what you just
Hey,
said.
chicks don't dig short dudes.
I mean, it's not about
Yeah.
that. It's about.
But imagine what you could do with 4 hands.
Imagine how hard you could kick somebody in the head with your arm.
But then your elbows would probably like go. You know,
You could
your
do sick
leg elbows.
cartwheels.
You'd be like those aliens from like The Arrival. You know how their legs like
Yeah.
bend backwards because your
Yeah.
arms are like now your legs. Like that would be too weird for me.
That was a
I'd rather
good
just have
movie.
feet hands. No, it wasn't. It was boring as all shit until the ending when they showed the aliens with the backwards legs.
Would you... Alright, desert island question. You get 1 item, 1 artist, and 1 food. So you can listen to 1 artist, you can eat 1 type of food, and have 1 item on this island.
Whoa. Okay.
The artist's entire catalog.
Yeah. Now keep in mind somebody said ICP and a Master T tank.
T.
Or yeah, Master P gold tank. And I think it was like Chipotle. So that's a pretty sweet answer.
That's not a bad answer.
I would want an airplane.
That's the smartest answer. That's the smartest answer.
The other 2 things don't matter.
A seaplane.
Holy fuck. Dude, you
I want
would,
an
do, you would do
airplane.
fucking great if you had a genie.
Right, it's like a magic lamp, you know. I would like an airplane with fuel in it. I would like probably David Bowie. I don't want a catalog. I want to hang out with him. I want him to teach me how to fly the plane, even if he doesn't know how.
Tight. That'd be a cool way to
Maybe
die.
like ground control to Major Ben.
That
You're
would be,
going to want to contact drone control.
if you like died as David Bowie was flying you off of a desert island, that'd be a cool way to go out, regardless.
It's the only way to go, really.
All right, this one's kind of the worst question.
Okay.
Would you rather fuck your mother in your girlfriend's body, or would you rather fuck your girlfriend in your mother's body?
I was, my girlfriend presented me with that would you rather literally like 2 or 3 nights ago, and
What did you do?
I forget what my answer is.
Wow,
so
that
I'd
question
have
would be so much harder if it was actually coming from your girlfriend.
to-
Well, no
Gosh.
offense, but
Either way, you have
Yeah,
to fuck
right?
your mom. Like,
I would rather. Yeah, well, no, you don't though. You just have to be your mom fucking someone. And I would choose that one. I would rather fuck my girlfriend in my mom's body.
oh no! It's your mom's consciousness in your girlfriend's body.
Oh.
So it's like a Freaky Friday
Or-
kind of thing, or like a.
that's
So what are my options?
Pass.
So you either fuck your mom with your girlfriend's consciousness, or you fuck your girlfriend with your mother's consciousness. So you'd be fucking your mother, but it's your girlfriend's body.
That's disgusting.
where
Why did my
turds.
girlfriend ask me this the other night?
Why did your girlfriend
I
ask
don't
you
even know.
that?
Like, I don't even know what she's.
She was looking out for your best
Baby?
interest.
Baby, do you love me? Would you fuck me in your mom's body?
I don't know. I literally, not because I'm like, oh, this is gross. I don't want to answer. But it is. It's just like this is the thing I would have to sit down and think about, you know. So I couldn't even just give you the answer right now.
Oh, you know what? Your girlfriend's great. She's super cool, but that is so like
It's a difficult answer. Like I would have to think about it.
All right.
I don't know.
Hey, hold on. Antonio Ezzo asked,
Hey,
what's their favorite song to play off each Fero record?
why would you like? We're in the middle of Would You Rather, and you're over here asking like band questions.
Apparently, he doesn't want to hear Would You Rather.
Answer
You know what?
answer
I didn't
the
want to
man's
be
question.
asked. Would you rather? We're all not getting what we want.
I
tonight.
wish you would ask that question before the mother one, because then we'd be there.
You don't have to
So-
answer it. You can go back in the comments and write them if you wish.
I can answer. I can answer that.
I'm tired of playing them all. That's my answer.
I think so. Off of Vouse Green, off of let's see, off of Some Divine Ashtray. We don't play the songs that I wish we would a lot of the time. So like, I kind of like 1968. I liked playing that song a lot.
It rains.
It Rains we still play, and that's fun. Ether is fun to play. Off of the Split, it would be Say It Like Pacino, and then off of No Rest, favorite to play.
What's a crowd?
Yeah, I
favorite?
don't know. Crowd favorite is probably Year of the Gnat.
It's a fun one to play.
I like listening. I know this might sound egotistical or whatever. I don't care. I like listening to.
Do you have one of your own CDs
Double
in your
Ghost.
car right now?
No, I have Spotify. I follow us.
How many?
You guys should follow us on Spotify.
I have 1,500 CDs of our band in my car because I have all of our fucking merch in my car. So I'm that egotistical. I
Okay.
drive around with thousands of them in my car.
So in other news, would you rather have your body found on a pile of sex toys or naked pictures of Guy Fieri?
Sex
Wait,
toys.
is my body found on a pile of naked pictures of Guy Fieri?
Yes.
That, because it would just raise so many questions. Like, I want to hear all the conjecture that goes around that. Just because if you're found on a pile of sex toys, people are like, yeah, it's pervert, he died, whatever. If you're found on a picture of Guy Fieri photos, you're like, how did he get so many? Is Guy Fieri aware of this? Was he murdered and deposited there? Is Guy Fieri a suspect?
If it
I
wasn't
think
Ben
he would be
saying
questioned for sure.
Yeah.
you might have been.
Where were
I
you?
would know that was a Ben answer. Like if somebody else said that in their voice, I'd be like, Ben would have said the exact same thing. That should sound indicative that answer is.
Would you rather
I mean,
have
what's the difference
no penises or 5 penises?
Well, no penises, because that would get rid of my other 3.
Is never using yours the same? Not having one. 5. Why not? Why not have 5?
Would you rather
In what way are they arranged? This is important.
like a pack of hot dogs, dude, just chilling?
Like unuseful.
Just like, but they're not like spread out like a smiley face up like through my thigh creases or anything like that. It's just
Next.
this bundle of cocks.
I just imagined like a trunk and then just like five penises.
It looks like Zoidberg.
Can I read that?
That's exactly what it looks like. I'm using that as the analogy from now on. Zoidberg smell.
Got it.
Would you rather have vagina armpits or an armpit between your legs?
I already have an armpit between my legs.
That's it.
Would you rather
Definitely that.
Would you rather live forever or die in the next 5 minutes?
Die in the next 5.
He's done.
Yeah,
He's done.
That usually means that everybody's done with would you rather if they say that question.
No, he'd have said that no matter what.
I live 3 minute, like a 3-minute run from here, so I just run home and like kiss everyone goodbye and then be like, all right,
I'm out.
yeah.
Live forever. I think it would get terrible, but like you would just see everything. It would be interesting for a while, and then it would be horrible, and I wish I were dead. Which, yeah, I mean, some of us feel that way most of the time anyway. But yeah, definitely live forever.
Would you rather fuck Rosie O'Donnell or Roseanne?
Roseanne, hands down.
Roseanne. Boldly going where Tom Oliver has been before.
What would you pick, Nick?
Probably Roseanne.
Really?
Yeah,
Dude,
but Roseanne like
I
strangely
love-
reminds me of my mom, so it's like kind of weird.
That's exactly why.
That's like some
I cannot
Freud,
answer
that's
that.
like some
No.
Freud shit. Like,
So
No,
if we went
dude.
back to that question like 4 questions ago, I know what you would pick then.
Yeah. Nick has no time.
No, just
Oh,
like
God.
Roseanne, the show, you know, when you like something that somebody does, like, it just makes them more appealing to you overall. Like, I don't really like anything Rosie O'Donnell has ever really done.
yeah.
But Roseanne, like, every episode is a fucking stitch. It's amazing. It's a good show.
Would you rather
brilliant.
cut off one of your fingers or pay $5,000 of your own money for the person you hate most to go on vacation?
Cut off my finger, because I've actually, I was going to solicit to somebody, like, on Craigslist, chopping off one of my fingers for a couple $1,000s, because I'd read somewhere that somebody had done that before, and I'm like, I would totally do that, so. And I don't really need all my fingers anyway, so.
I'd pay. I like my hand. I like just the way it is.
I don't need them all.
Fuck
Besides,
one, marry one, kill one. Steve Buscemi, Danny DeVito, and the lead singer of Smash Mouth.
I would fuck Steve Buscemi, marry Steve Buscemi, and kill the other 2.
I would definitely kill the singer of Smash Mouth. I think I would probably fuck Steve Buscemi and marry Danny DeVito.
Tight.
I feel like, you know, if it's good enough for me to run there, it's good enough for me. Do we need a runner? No. It's
Rhea Perlman.
yeah, there you go. Red Runner. That's sad. She died really young. What's it good for me? It's me and nobody.
Would you rather pop one of your testicles like a grape or eat a monster turd produced by Gabriel Iglesias with a fork and knife at a slow pace?
At a slow pace.
That's just the icing on the cake, dude. It's the slow pace.
I would savor it.
I'll eat the turd. Because, like, the other one sounds, like, way too painful. Like, I could lose a finger because it's just like, chop, it's gone. But, like, popping, you know, a part of your anatomy like that, that sounds painful.
Can I eat it on a hoagie roll and sing to it?
At a slow pace.
You'll be my hero, baby.
It was already laid out in the question. It's fork and knife. If you want to put it on a hoagie, as opposed if you eat hoagies with fork and knife, go ahead.
I just want to be able to.
You just have
sing
to. You have to savor it. That's the whole key to this.
And I cover it in hummus. Hummus and light bulbs.
Will he sing to me while I'm eating it?
Is Gabriel Iglesias? Because
No, I'm thinking of Enrique Iglesias.
You're thinking of
Isn't
Enrique.
Gabriel Iglesias his dad? Or no,
he's like a fat comedian.
He's the fluffy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah, I'd still eat his poop. I don't care.
I just eat anybody's turd, like, rather than doing the other thing. So let's poop.
I don't even remember what the other thing is. Let's eat some poop.
Would you?
That's my answer to everything.
Would you rather fuck a jellyfish or a cactus?
Cactus, vegan. I'm not going to abuse a jellyfish.
What if the jellyfish was willing?
Cactus.
Consensual
Vegan.
jellyfish.
Consensual jellyfish.
That's a song title.
Next.
I don't know. Jellyfish.
Drink your mom's breast milk or your dad's urine.
Both?
Joke's on you. I don't have a dad.
You drink my dad's urine? I mean, well, no, realistically, I've already drank my mom's breast milk, so it's not that crazy. I mean, not an adult, but like, you know.
It's totally crazy now that you're an adult. That'd be weird.
All right, so
Well, is it from the teat or is it just a glass?
It could be a glass. I'm not gonna make you go through that. I've already made you try to fuck your mom 3 times in this segment. Like,
Yeah, glass of breast milk. Why not? Sure.
have your parents catch you masturbating, or you catch your parents?
I have seen my parents have sex.
Oh damn.
They have never. They almost caught me once.
See, that's why he
That's
would
what I
join
get for
in.
being the-
That's why he would join in, because he's already seen it. He doesn't want that to last
I'll
a
be
lifetime.
honest. Easily one of the most scarring moments of my life. I'm sure a lot of my sexual underdevelopment as an adult is due to that.
I feel like this whole interview is a sabotage to get like people to unfollow it.
Oh, fuck.
Everyone's gonna be like, these guys are a bunch of fucking sickos.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys were paid by somebody to like make us look real bad right now.
Dude, I've
Did Mary
asked.
put you up to this?
I've asked some heavy hitters these questions too, and they're always like, "Why the fuck do I have to answer this?"
Do they answer it though, or do they like
Yeah.
skirt around?
I think the only person who's ever been like, "I don't want to answer that," is Liam from Dillinger Escape Plan. He was just kind of like, he's like, "Dude, I make a lot of money. I don't have to sit here and talk about this shit."
Do you think they make a lot of money? That's pretty cool. Good for them.
They
I
make
don't know.
enough
Yeah, they make enough.
to not have to answer these questions, I guess. Or according to Liam, I don't know.
Nobody is above answering these questions, except me. When I pass
You know
like
what?
3 times.
You know what? The truth is, you put that thought in his head, whether he answered
Yeah.
it or not. So you got in there.
I win.
He's fucked either way.
Oh fuck, Dylan, you know what I forgot to do?
Push record.
Yeah, I forgot to record this. It's alright. I'll download it later. Alright guys, so
They're just like, what?
yeah, this actually hasn't been live the entire time. It's just a
No,
Skype
no, I know
conversation.
it's broadcasting.
No. Okay. So you guys made it through the gauntlet. Congratulations. Is there
Oh, thank
anything
you.
that you would like to tell anybody about? Like shameless self-promotion time right now.
We're playing in your area tomorrow night.
Yeah, we got a show in Hudson tomorrow at What We Live For Studios.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
That's really
so
not
that's
that far away.
Yeah, so if you're available, man, that would be super cool to come out. It's with Capstan and Lipschitz and Rough Start. It's their CD release show. We got a show down here in our area at Poorhouse on the 15th of this month, and we do have new material in the works. So to get
Do you guys
full
have
on
vinyl?
chains,
Do you have vinyl right now?
Yeah.
we do have vinyl.
I might
of
come out
our-
just to buy some vinyl. Honestly.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Will you put
yeah,
me on
we
the
have-
Will you put me on the guest list so I only have to pay for vinyl?
I'll try.
Unfortunately, I was told explicitly that there would be no +1s for this show.
Maybe we could say that you came with us in your or just come with us. Just like come in, just say you're in Fero Lux. No one's gonna know. Dude at the door isn't gonna be like, wait a minute, I watched these guys' music video and he's not in Fero Lux. Just come on. Just literally come in. We'll make it happen.
Tight.
But yeah, full shamelessness. Please, if you don't already hate us and don't hate us now that you've heard all of the horrible things we have to say, and especially if you like our music, please follow us on Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter that we don't post on, and we have a Tumblr that I have never used. No one's ever used that. We don't get how to tumble. We're fucking old.
Also, new record,
But yeah, we got some new stuff coming out, so
Cheap Funeral.
look around and maybe you'll see it soon.
Tight. Well,
Come see
I want to thank you guys very much for coming on the show tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
we didn't do any tonight because I already have a shit ton of stuff to mail out, so I've been kind of holding back on it. But I usually ask every guest if they have anything to donate to us that we could do. Like, we do giveaways on our show a lot, and just by like you guys doing the show tonight, basically we've gained followers because of your fans. So we like to include something from every band if we can, and I just send out like a giant stack of shit to people. So if you guys have anything laying around that you wouldn't miss sending to us, like, that'd be fucking super great. I'm not twisting your arm or anything. I already made you try to fuck your mom and eat light bulbs and everything else. So
quit twisting my cock nipples, all right?
Yo, if you come out to the show tomorrow, we'll just give you like 20 CDs or something to mail out to people.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We have a bunch.
All right, that sounds good. So usually the last question of the interview that I ask is, how much money would it cost for you to fuck your mom? No, I'm just kidding. What's your favorite Kid Rock song? I'm still just fucking with you.
Devil Without a Cause.
Kid butt.
All right.
So what's the real question, for God's sake?
What has been the most fulfilling moment of your musical career?
Oh, wow.
A question.
That's heavy, man. I want to say, without thinking too deeply, which means I will absolutely overlook some totally monumental moment and
Being
think later about it. But anytime anyone's ever gotten, well, I don't know if it's fulfilling. It's just like ridiculously flattering to the point where I don't get it. I don't have any tattoos, man. I've never seen a single image my whole life that I thought, I want that on me forever. And anytime anyone's gotten a tattoo related to our band, that's like,
oh my God, Human Centipede tattoo.
That's our next album cover. You have a Fero Lux tattoo. You didn't even know about it.
Dude, holy that is my favorite tattoo I've ever seen, dude. Did you like the second one too?
I liked them all, but
the second one's the best.
I actually got the tattoo before I even saw the movie. It was just such a fucked up concept. I was like, I have to tattoo that on myself.
Dude, when my friend told me about that movie, like before it came out, they're like, dude, this movie that's coming out, it's crazy, and he described it to me. My stomach hurt, dude. I was like, that is so beyond fucked up that I can't even fathom it. The movie, like, it's cool, dude, but it, like, didn't live up to my expectations. The second one, though, is so bonkers. Yeah. Like, it's crazy.
Now that I know, this isn't personal, man. If anyone had a tattoo of this, I would just wish that, in that story, like, you got it before you even saw the movie. I wish, like, it was marketed, and it was just marketed all wrong, and it was like a rom-com. The Human Centipede, and just like, you know, they just fall in love, man. Like, it's lighthearted.
It's just like,
you know?
Ray Romano and David Schwimmer are in an apartment together.
So the point Ben was trying to get at was
but,
people have
sorry for derailing that.
No, that's good. I was just saying, in terms of fulfilling, I think just anytime that someone wants to have on their body forever something related to something that I've been a part of, it sounds more self-serving than I mean it to be. It's just like the highest form of showing that something we've done has touched somebody else's life in a really relevant way. And it's easy to feel unimportant, and it's certainly easy to feel irrelevant, especially in the music world when it's so difficult to feel like you've ever made an impact, that for somebody to want to wear that, to make that a part of their skin, that's more than I can take. That's craziness to me, but it's incredibly flattering.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's awesome. So the fact that there's a few of those floating around is just mind-blowing to me.
And really quickly, I would say, because when I was like 15 or 16, I would listen to like the Number 12 Looks Like You, and we recently got to tour with them. So that's not really like a thing I would have imagined when I was like that young, you know, like 15 or 16 years old, being like, oh, when you're really old, you're going to be able to tour with this band that you like. And so when we did that tour, I got to do vocals with them every other, you know, couple nights, and that was really fun. Even though, you know, like,
don't they have
mostly
like
because
5
Jess
vocals already.
They did, and now it's just Jesse.
It's just Jesse now, yeah.
No, they had 2, and now it's just Jesse. But I mean, you know, chalk it up to Jesse being sick and being like, oh, hey, can you help us out? That's fine. but it's still like a cool thing that I got to experience later in life. So that was fun.
That's awesome.
I don't know that. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I guess that's like the first thing that popped in my mind when you asked me. So
Right on.
I'll go with that.
Well, I want to thank you guys one more time. It's been awesome. Sorry to make you guys sit in your car for so long. And
No, you're good, man.
you guys really came through in the clutch for us. And it's awesome because it's actually you guys are actually a band that I really wanted to interview anyway. If you weren't, I wouldn't have done it. But
Well, awesome. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
This is Nick's first time doing a show on a Monday in over a year.
yeah.
I was gonna say because it's a good thing too because I almost missed Game of Thrones last night. So just kidding. I've never seen that show.
And the season finale was last week anyway. So.
But
Burn.
Well,
Yeah, thank you so much for having us, man. This was a lot of fun, and you know, if ever you want to do it again sometime, that would be super cool. And
right on.
see you tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully I can make it out tomorrow. Other than that,
And
you guys have a good night and chill out, whatever.
Drive
Cool,
safe.
man. Thanks so much, guys. Pleasure meeting you guys, and thanks so
Yeah.
much for having us on your show.
nice meeting you, Dylan and Nick.
Bye.
Nice guys.
Hold on, I gotta watch this shit.
What are you watching?
Birds chirping, dogs barking. It's beautiful.
Oh, dude.
That may be your neighborhood, but it's not mine.
Where did you find that?
It's on YouTube.
Is it really?
I said...
I'm doing some ladybird stuff, huh?
14-year-old that's asleep, third time she done called the police this week. Looking at my brain feeler, it's about that time. Folks just left small
I like forgot all the
right?
lyrics.
Fuck some short line. Where am I at?
Yeah, I forgot like half the lyrics, but I was doing the Jeezy song. Jeezy like to drink, Jeezy like to
Yeah.
smoke. Oh man, I actually need to relearn that because everybody really wants me to play that stupid shit.
Yeah, I really like the ladybird days.
I don't miss them.
Are you kidding me?
No, I don't. The only reason I played those songs is because Josh constantly begged me all the time. So I mean, I guess
Keep doing it.
I don't know. You heard the way I sound. I sound like a fucking drunk ass hillbilly.
Well, that's
That's in right now. But
all we are is dirt. All we are is dirt.
that was Ricky. We actually came up with that song on acid. In,
Yeah, in a gymnasium or whatever.
Yeah, in a fucking racquetball court. It was weird. But there was something I wanted to tell you about. I've been kind of keeping it under my hat. I haven't picked the contestants yet, but we're going to do a mathcore Jeopardy episode. And
Okay.
I'm going to try to get 4 people to come, for teams of 2, to come back that we've already had on the show. I was thinking like trying to get like Rich and Daniel from Hope, and I don't know, a couple others that have just been like were really funny and seem to enjoy the show. Maybe like Kevin from Graph. But
Yeah.
I was gonna reach out.
Probably don't like us that much.
Well, I was gonna reach out to a few people because I keep in contact with a lot of people that we interview,
Yeah.
and I know that a couple of them have said like, hey, if you guys ever need any help or just want to have us back on the show, let us know. So I'm gonna put them on teams of 2, and Keith has already sent me tons of mathcore questions, and one of the segments is gonna be who sang this song, and it's gonna be like all the fucked up titles, like "Please Shit All Over Me, I Love It," like yeah, you know, just like fucked up song titles. So it's gonna be a pretty interesting episode. I think I'm gonna schedule that for the week after next. Next week we're gonna have Kissy Face Fashion Faux Pas on.
Cool.
And I cannot be more excited about that shit. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I don't really have much other news besides keep on the lookout for t-shirts. They are definitely coming soon.
You gotta let me know, man. You gotta like.
Yeah.
me
Also,
know.
if you want any like, because I know you wear a weird size. Like, if you have any like plain shirts that, unfortunately, we can't print on black with the shit that we use. But if you have any weird shirts, I could probably do it, but I just can't print with white ink. So I could do like black and yellow, or like black and You know.
What about like how do you think a charcoal shirt?
I love
with
gray
black
shirts.
ink.
Yeah, it looks sick. I think charcoal shirts with black ink on them look awesome. They look like that Acacia Strain shirt that I got. In fact,
Yeah.
I think that's how that shirt was printed. But yeah, I printed that one gray one on with black ink, and it turned out fucking badass. So I'm just gonna do like really simple one color design shirts. And
Well, I definitely don't want you to get in fucking trouble at work. So.
oh no, my boss.
Do we gotta fucking shoot something for homeboy or what?
He's actually really cool, and he said that if I stay after work, I can use the machines for whatever I want. And I told him that I wanted to start up my own, screen printing business and stuff, and he's absolutely cool with it. I just have to pay for my own shirts. So, yeah, I'm gonna order a bunch of bulk shit. Maybe do some patches. Maybe do. I wanted to do some gym shorts, dude. That would be tight.
That'd be cool.
Because I wear a lot of fucking gym shorts just loafing around.
I'm wearing gym shorts as we speak.
Yeah, and it would be super awesome. Or even like, just like cotton. Or I found out we can print on cotton as well. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. I was thinking just
everything just went fucking cheaper, man. I was looking at that polyester shit. I'm like,
oh yeah,
fuck,
it's so expensive.
No way.
But I'm thinking just maybe some cotton drawstring shorts, dude, like straight up dad shorts. Hell yeah, those things are so comfortable.
I just want some tall tees, man. That's all I want, and a fucking hoodie. That would be awesome.
Well, if you give me some shirts, I will definitely I'll make bootleg shirts for you too, like for like bands that you like and stuff. I'll just make you some shirts because I know like you can't find that shit very easily. Because even at
I want a Scott Pilgrim versus the World shirt.
All right.
I'm in lesbians with you.
It's 11 o'clock, and I want to run up to the Kava bar before I go to bed. I gotta get up at 8:30 in the morning, or 8 o'clock is when I have to be at work. So I'm gonna go try to squeeze a few in.
Let me know, dude.
Will do. I don't know what to say, but everybody have a fucking great night. Thanks for tuning in on a Monday. And tune in next week to see Kissy Face fashion faux pas. Fuck yourself.